Hey guys, my name is Sandy Butchers and today I'm going to talk about how to create realistic characters for your book. So quite often people ask me how to create realistic characters for their books or novels that we're writing, and there is always one and the same answer that I'm trying to give, as I'm trying to be very consistent in the stories I tell, is that you need three things to make a reader connect to your character. And that's first of all, of course, your physical descriptions, and second of all, the way they behave. And there is, of course, memories that they have, things from the past that they carry along with them that will invite a reader to invest in the character. So to start with the first topic, the physical descriptions, there's a couple of things you can do to approach this. Because when a reader reads your story and reads the physical descriptors of your character, they can still interpret this in a very different way that you had it in mind when you were writing it. So what helps me is to draw things, as you obviously can see behind me. I draw things, I make a picture of what I see, because I'm the type of writer who sees what is happening before I write it down. And of course you can start by using Pinterest for that. There is thousands of pictures on character designs. There is also, of course, a lot of inspiration you can take from existing characters. And basically you can just make one giant collage of aspects from different characters that you can put together. So when you've done that, when you've created a nice little pinboard and you are able to make drawings, then just really sit down for it and see if you can get a clear image of the character that you're talking about. So for example, in my current work in progress, Brothers in Arms, Skjal is the main protagonist. And the funny thing is that he, for me, is sometimes still a little bit vague. So I know he has these chestnut colored curls in his head, and I know that he has hazel eyes that are occasionally orange because there's fire in them. And he has, of course, these silver arms, so his right arm is made entirely out of silver, and it still moves. It's pretty cool, by the way. But other than that, everything that I know about him is just a sort of feeling. So I can create sketches and I can create a realistic person from that, but I always realize that people are going to interpret him in different ways, which is fine. So when you're done with drawing out your characters with the physical descriptors, you are going to have to think about their behavior. So little things that they do, or little things in the way they move or talk to someone are going to be very important in bringing a character to life. Now, there is one very easy way to get inspired on ways people do things, and that's to very simply just sit down somewhere in a crowd of people and just observe. And I know that's going to be a little bit weird maybe to just sit down and make notes on what people are doing, but it really is the only way that you can get realistic habits from real people. And the more real something seems on your pages, the more real someone is going to interpret a character. Besides physical behavior, there is also going to be the way they interact with other people. And there's millions of ways to describe the way someone talks to someone else. And because in a book, the most common way to describe things about someone is going to be through conversation. So you're really going to have to sit down and describe ways how a person responds or how a person reacts to something. The difference, of course, being is he going to react from sort of gut feeling, or is he going to respond through emotions? And already there's going to be a huge difference in the way someone takes the stage. So you're really going to have to keep an eye out for that and really stay consistent in that throughout your entire story. Now, as you can tell by how long I've already taken my time to explain to you how to describe a character, you can see that it's quite easy to sort of get lost in your character descriptions, and you can spend pages and pages to just complete the picture on the character that you are writing about. So to prevent yourself from doing that, what you pretty much have to do is condense the things that you have to say about a character to the things that you can tell about it in 1 minute time. So instead of spending hours describing a person, you're going to spend 1 minute describing a person, and only the things that you can come up with within that minute are going to be important throughout your story. Now the cool thing is that if you are doing these 1 minute character descriptions right, it leaves a lot of space to include the third topic that I started this vlog with, being the memories and thoughts that a character has. So you've made your sketches, you have made your physical behavior and your behavior in conversation, and now you are going to complete your character with things that he has been through, things that he or she is thinking or is viewing the world through their perspective. And that is something that you really don't want to do by making a list. That is something you want to do throughout your story. So also take very good care that you're not going to put all those things in like 1 or 2 chapters. It's going to be something that's going to spread out across the entire story. And then you'll see that if you do that with more than just one character, you'll see that there's stuff going on, you'll see that there's chemistry between your characters, and you see that they're really going to come alive. So now I've spent a couple of minutes on giving you some tips and tricks on how to develop your characters throughout your story and things you can do before you actually start writing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's going to be of some use for you. Feel free to leave some comments, maybe like it, maybe you can even follow me on Twitter. That's all up to you. But thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you on my next vlog.